I did it, fam. I got one of the hardest 9070 XTs you can get right now. In today's video, we're going to be doing an unboxing and a quick discussion of the brand new Sapphire Nitro Plus 9070 XT. Once again, I'm Cameron, and this is Gamer vs. Tech.
Something that was real.
Now let me preface this video by saying this GPU right here was harder to get than the 5080 was. I had to go through some great lengths to get something like this, and let's just say I'm glad that I got my hands on one. Now, for those who don't know, the AMD 9070 and the 9070 XT came out about a week ago. A lot of people thought that these were going to be a little bit easier to get their hands on, which they kind of were. I think the stock was pretty good for a launch compared to the 5080s and the 5090s when they first came out. They were pretty hard to get your hands on. Same thing with the 5070s and the 5070 Ti's. But I think AMD had better stock for like Asus cards, Sapphire cards, Power Color cards. There was a lot more stock, but still, you're competing against everybody in the world. And out of all the GPUs there are, I think this is the one to get. Actually, I believe this is the hardest one to get. Asus, they make the Asus Prime, Asus Tough, there's Power Color, there's all these different cards. But the Sapphire has always been one of my go-to brands. Now, in a couple of my other builds, I do have the Sapphire Nitro Plus 7900 XTX, and that, in my opinion, is the best GPU ever made. Price, cost, performance is just absolutely incredible. I'm sure it's no 5090, but at the end of the day, it's a pretty damn good card. And from what I've seen and from what I've heard, this is supposed to be a pretty good card as well. It's supposed to have a really good cooler, it's supposed to have really good aesthetics, and it has that 12-pin power connector hidden in the back. Now, before I unbox this thing, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, 12-pin, it's going to melt, blah, blah, blah. No. This card is rated at like 300 or 350 watts or something like that. Those power cables, those 12-pin power cables, or the 12VH power or 12V by 2x6 power cables, whatever you want to call them, those aren't going to melt at that wattage. When we talk about melting cables, you're talking about 600, 680 watts. Those cables are only really rated for 600 watts. So there's no way I'm not worried about using a 12-pin power connector for this thing. I'm not worried about using third-party cables or anything like that because it's just really low wattage. All right, so I'm gonna stop talking about this thing and I'm gonna unbox it. All right, so pretty classic Sapphire Nitro design. If you actually look at the 7900 XTX box, which I do have, but I don't have it on me right now, it looks very similar. It doesn't have this or anything, but the colors, everything looks so similar. It's pretty wild. But here we go. Yeah, sealed. God, I can't wait to open this thing up. The design of this card is beautiful. Here we go. I always say, a box within a box. Oh, yes. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. So this is the magnetic backplate. This backplate magnetically snaps onto the back of the GPU. Ooh, and it has weight to it. Oh man. I can already tell just by the first piece. Little ASMR for you. The first piece, I mean, it's such good build quality, you can already tell that the quality of this is really nice. That's why I really like the Sapphire Nitro Plus 7900 XTX. The build quality on it is absolutely insane. All right, so here's the rest. Some literature, not gonna read that. Beautiful. before we, nothing there, some accessories. I'm going to assume that maybe this is a GPU bracket as well as a power adapter. Yep. So here is the RGB header or cable. Here is the 12-pin power connector. And one thing I really like about this power connector, you can see here, is that it's blue. When you stick this thing in, you're gonna know that it's completely in. I think this should be a standard. I don't know a lot of cards that are doing this, but if you are using this particular cable, you have no idea how many times I've helped people with their builds and their GPU isn't, their PSU cable, their GPU cable isn't plugged in all the way. So the blue color will add some contrast and make it easier to see that they are not plugged in. All right, GPU bracket, beautiful. Set those to the side, box to the side. All right. Oh, the backplate's already sticking to it. That's pretty rad. Ooh, this is nice. This is really nice. Visual inspection. Visual inspection, everything looks phenomenal. So you can see here where the RGB cable goes, and there's the 12 pin. Now let's go ahead and snap on, is this? No. Is that right? There we go. Wow. Is that right? Or is it this way? No, that wouldn't make sense. Cool. Backplate, magnetic, looks beautiful. Hides the cable kind of. We've got 2 HDMI, 2 display ports. It's a 3 slot or whatever they call it, 3.25 slot. The fans are cool. One thing I want to know, one thing I will check out is the fans kind of look similar to the 7900 XTX cards or the Nitro plus 7900 XTX card. Those you can swap out for these RGB ARGB fans because they're supposed to be quick connect. I can't recall if these are quick connect. They could be. But that being said, I'd be curious to see if you can actually swap these out. But aside from beautiful aesthetics, oh my goodness, I totally forgot this like cool mesh part. So the body of this is metal, is aluminum for sure. It's not super heavy, but I'd say it's pretty comparable to the 7900 XTX. The 7900 XTX might be a tiny bit heavier, but not by much. This part up here is plastic for sure, but from what I hear, you can actually take this off. But I think I'm going to leave it on for aesthetics reasons. It looks really cool. The backplate looks really cool. I mean, Sapphire, you did it again. But overall, I mean, this is just an unboxing, a little quick discussion. It looks great. So as you can see here, the aesthetics, the build quality of the Sapphire Nitro Plus 9070 XT is absolutely amazing. It feels really good. Can't wait to slap this in a build. This is going to be paired with the 9800 X3D, brand new. It's coming today as well. And yeah, I'm going to be doing some benchmarking. I'm going to be doing some testing. Like I said, this is kind of the hardest 9070 XT to get your hands on. So if you have one, consider yourself pretty lucky. But like I said, don't worry about the 12-pin connectors for these cards. These are really low wattage cards. These are not drawing nearly enough or the same power as like a 5080 or a 5090. It's just not happening. So the 12-pin on this, it's the only card that's using a 12-pin of the 9070 XTs. So don't worry about it. It's not going to melt the cables. You can use third-party cables. Don't worry about it. But I mean, look at it. It just looks so good. So once again, thanks for watching my unboxing and this quick discussion video. I have to say, we did it. We did it, baby. We hit over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. because I love you guys so much, because this means so much to me, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. I'll be doing another video. There's not going to be any rules to it other than just basic stuff. You don't have to do anything other than sending me an email with your YouTube handle or username. I'm going to be drawing 2 people. So this isn't just one person. This is going to be 2 people. I will let you guys know what the giveaway is for. That's going to be in a separate video. But once again, thank you so much for supporting my channel, for showing me that this actually matters and that maybe I can help people. I really appreciate all the comments, all the love that I've been getting from everybody. It's been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. So once again, I'm Cameron. This is Gamer vs. Tech.